In the age of heroes, when gods walked among mortals and legends were forged in the crucible of war, one name stood above all others for sheer, unyielding strength: Ajax the Great. Picture this legend built brick by brick, a hero of colossal stature and even greater courage. Ajax was the son of King Telamon of Salamis and a grandson of Zeus himself, king of the gods. From birth, he was destined for greatness. It was said that Heracles, the mighty demigod, once wrapped the infant, Ajax, in his lion-skin cloak, praying to Zeus that the boy would have a spirit as tough as the hide and a body as strong as a lion. The prayer was answered. Ajax grew into a mountain of a man, second only to the swift-footed Achilles in fighting prowess among all the Greeks who sailed for Troy. He was a living bulwark, a tower of a man whose shield was a legend in itself. It was forged from 7 layers of oxhide, so immense and heavy that no other man could even lift it. He needed no divine aid, no whispered advice from Olympus. His own 2 hands and his unwavering heart were his greatest weapons. When the 1,000 ships of the Achaean fleet cut through the wine-dark sea, their destination was the legendary city of Troy. Among the champions sailing to reclaim the beautiful Helen was Ajax, his spirit burning with the promise of glory. For 10 long years, the war raged on the dusty plains before the city's impenetrable walls. And in that decade of bloodshed, Ajax was always at the forefront. He was the unshakable rock against which the Trojan waves broke and scattered. He fought not for personal fame like some, but for the honor of the Greek army and the safety of his comrades. His presence alone was enough to rally wavering soldiers, his booming war cry a thunder that struck fear into the hearts of his enemies. He was the immovable object, the ultimate defender. The war's most epic confrontations often featured Ajax. One day, the greatest of all Trojan champions, Hector, son of King Priam, challenged any Greek hero to single combat. While others hesitated, Ajax stepped forward, his massive frame casting a long shadow. The 2 titans clashed, their duel a storm of bronze and fury that shook the very earth. Hector's spear, thrown with all his might, pierced 6 layers of Ajax's shield, but was stopped by the 7th. Ajax, in return, hurled a massive boulder that smashed through Hector's shield, sending the Trojan prince crashing to the ground. Night fell before a victor could be decided, and the 2 warriors, respecting each other's incredible skill and courage, exchanged gifts as a sign of honor. Ajax gave Hector his purple sash, and Hector presented Ajax with his silver-hilted sword. It was a moment of grace amidst the brutality of war, a bond of respect forged between the 2 greatest defenders of their respective armies. But the war was far from over. In a pivotal moment, with Achilles sulking in his tent over a dispute with King Agamemnon, the Trojans launched a ferocious assault, threatening to burn the entire Greek fleet. They broke through the Greek defenses and set fire to the ships, the very lifeline of the Achaean army. Panic spread like wildfire. But then, there was Ajax. Wielding a colossal ship's pike, he leaped from deck to deck, a one-man army holding back the tide of destruction. He was everywhere at once, a whirlwind of death to any Trojan who dared approach. Roaring, sweating, his muscles straining, he single-handedly defended the ships, beating back the flames and the enemy. He saved the Greek army from utter annihilation that day, proving that his strength was not just for duels and glory, but for the very survival of his people. His stand was legendary, a testament to his indomitable will. The war's turning point came with the death of the mighty Achilles. A great sorrow fell upon the Greek camp, but a bitter dispute soon followed. Who was worthy of inheriting the divine armor of the fallen hero, forged by the god Hephaestus himself? 2 men laid claim: Ajax, the army's greatest defender and cousin to Achilles, and Odysseus, the cunning king of Ithaca, known for his silver tongue. Ajax believed his claim was undeniable. Had he not saved the ships? Had he not carried Achilles' body from the battlefield under a hail of Trojan arrows, while Odysseus covered the retreat? His deeds spoke for themselves. He was the greatest warrior left alive. But the Greek leaders, swayed by Odysseus' eloquent words and clever arguments about strategy and intellect, awarded the armor to him. For Ajax, this was not just a loss. It was a profound dishonor, an unbearable slight to his very soul. The man who lived and breathed for honor had been publicly shamed. The decision shattered his mind. A madness sent by the gods who favored Odysseus descended upon him like a dark cloud. In the dead of night, consumed by a burning rage, Ajax stormed out of his tent, intending to slaughter the Greek commanders he felt had betrayed him. But the goddess Athena, in a cruel twist of fate, clouded his vision. He saw not Agamemnon and Odysseus, but a flock of sheep and cattle. In his frenzy, he unleashed his fury upon the helpless animals, believing them to be his enemies. He captured the largest ram, convinced it was Odysseus, dragged it back to his tent, and tortured it, his laughter echoing with madness. When the sun rose, the divine mist lifted, and the terrible reality of his actions crashed down upon him. He saw the blood, the carnage, the slain livestock. He saw the ram he had tortured, and the shame was more than his heroic heart could bear. He, Ajax the Great, the bulwark of the Achaeans, had been reduced to a madman, a butcher of farm animals. His honor, the very core of his being, was destroyed beyond repair. There was only one path left for a man like him. Taking the sword that Hector had given him, the gift from his respected foe, he fixed it in the earth. Calling out that the sword of his enemy would now grant him his final peace, he fell upon its blade. The greatest defender of the Greeks died by his own hand, a tragic end for a hero defined by strength and honor. His death sent a shockwave through the Greek camp. They mourned the Titan they had lost, realizing too late the injustice he had suffered. From the spot where his blood soaked the earth, a new flower bloomed, the hyacinth, its petals said to be marked with the Greek letters Ai, a cry of eternal sorrow. Ajax the Great was gone, but his legend endured. He became a symbol of immense strength and courage, but also a cautionary tale about the fragility of honor and the devastating consequences of pride and jealousy. His story, a tapestry of heroism and heartbreak, reminds us that even the mightiest towers can fall, and that the wounds of the spirit can be far deadlier than those of the sword. He was Ajax, the immovable, the unbreakable, a hero whose tragedy echoes through the ages. Thank you for joining us on this journey into myth. Be sure to follow for more tales from the Age of Heroes.